here in the Mojo Doja Casa Dream House. Let's get a blinker moment going. Blinker moment. What's going on, y'all? We're gonna be opening up some Hot Wheels today. We're doing a little chilling. I'm doing a little grilling. Gonna be doing a little villain. And I think it's gonna be a good time all around. Got the fit for today. Got MDE, cut off skinnies, a little Charmonix house. You know it's good. Shout out to my boy King Cobra. Fuck sickos. Let's not waste any time, lads. I got my notes all ready to go here. Your boy's prepared. Let's talk a little bit about Hot Wheels before I really get into this. Hot Wheels has been around since 1968. Your boy been collecting Hot Wheels for damn near 10 years now. I got a lot, needless to say. I got a nice big backlog that's been burning a hole in this plastic bag I have them sitting here, just begging to be opened up, begging to be freed. Because in my opinion, what the hell is the point of a toy car if you're not gonna take it out of the bag and play with it and fucking throw it into a piece of drywall? You know what I'm saying? I mostly collect Hot Wheels basics. That's what we're gonna be looking at today. I got a couple of little goodies for you that you guys might like, but mostly we're gonna be looking at basics. I'll explain as we go along. If you guys know anything about Hot Wheels, I guess I won't have to explain, but I don't care. This is one we're putting our Hot Wheels in. This is called a jammer. There's many different types of these. I prefer the official Mattel branded one. You can also go to some place like Hobby Lobby or something. They have jammers there too, just little clear plastic translucent ones. Jammers usually hold 48 cars. Sometimes they're double-sided. These old school Mattel ones, it's just one-sided. 48 cars. Pretty classic. It's got a nice flat bottom, so if you want to hold it upright, it won't fall over. Pretty good for storage. Not a bad little gig, honestly. Truth be told, I think I might even have more than 48 Hot Wheels in here to go through, but we'll get through what we can. But I suppose with that out of the way, we might as well not waste any time. And I suppose before we start that, we better get the real fun going here. It's Modelo time on a stick. Cheers, lads. Alright, let's get it. We're starting off strong here. Alright. Pagani Zonda R. A little Italiano Bambino. Hey, he was the greatest guy around. You know what I'm fucking saying? We got Pagani Zonda R. Alright, now this is I got notes here, don't worry. Now, this is a pretty recent casting. This casting came out in 2022. This is from the 2023 Turbo Collection. Sometimes they call them collections, sometimes they call them series, but Hot Wheels are basically broken up into various different factions and subsections that they all kind of are at war with each other, like Slavic nations. This one's from the Hot Wheels Turbo Collection. They all have themes. This one's about turbocharged cars. And this is indeed a turbocharged car. Let's go ahead and open it up. Take a look-ski at what we got. Pagani is Italian, so you know it's probably made out of like tinfoil and bubblegum, but still somehow manages to cost $3 million. So here we go. We got the Pagani Zonda R, really cool blue color here. We got some graphics on there. Looks like we got a Pirelli logo. We got a number 1 on the side that shows you how many volcanoes this car has conquered. It's conquered a whole 1 volcano. But cool paint apps. We got a Pagani logo there on the spoiler. This car, in real life, this car originally came out in '09. It's what I like to call a dickhead toy. This was a sort of like if you guys know what the Ferrari FFX is. It's like a special type of car. You just basically lease. You pay to have the right to drive it only on a racetrack and only on days when Pagani says you're allowed to, and only as fast as they allow you to go, and you're paying millions and millions of dollars. You know, this is a classic. This is a dickhead toy, because you know the guys that have enough money to afford a car like this, right? They're not Elon Musk, okay? Elon Musk is not buying a fucking Pagani Zonda R. He's buying cyberpunk wall art made out of circuit boards, alright? The type of guys who have money to buy a Zonda R are real dickheads. But that being said, this thing is pretty cool, I guess. Kind of reminds me of like the old Need for Speed Most Wanted days. John, what's up, homie? Good to see you. Glad for tuning in, brother. You're in for a wild ride, my man. What was I saying? Yeah, it kind of gives me Need for Speed Most Wanted vibes. They only made 15 of these cars in the entire world. It's got a mid-mounted 6-liter V12. It sounds really loud and annoying. The engine is actually from the Mercedes-Benz CLK GT1 car from back in the early 90s. Pagani apparently is reminding you that they are Italian because despite costing millions of dollars, they still have to have an engine built by Germans. So that's the Pagani Zonda R. The wheels are 10 spokes. When you're a Hot Wheels collector, one thing you're going to have to get real artistic about is the wheels. There's very specific names for each one. There's hundreds of different variants and sizes, and sometimes there's duplicate Hot Wheels that are only printed with the only difference being the wheels. So the wheels are something you'll learn. These are gold 10 spokes. They're called that because they're golden 10 spokes. Pretty cool car though. I'm gonna go ahead and throw it in the jammer here. One of many, I hope. Alright. Ooh. Ooh. Oof. Oof. Ooh. I feel good. Thanks for tuning in, John. I appreciate you, man. Tell Nikyo hi. Alright, up next, we got the Aston Martin Vantage GTE. This is honestly a pretty dope car. It's a British car. Oh, bruv, got that Aston. Oh, you do it so easy in the Aston, bruv. Oh, yeah. GTE, this is the endurance racing program for the new generation Aston Martin Vantage. Fucking, I don't know who's in charge of the Aston Martin racing. The only British racing guy I know is Gordon Murray. I don't know. So the Aston Martin racing development guy, he kicks in the fucking door and he's like, we're gonna build a real good GTE racing program. And we're gonna take it to Ferrari! And indeed they did. Aston Martin's been racing endurance for a long time, all the way since the 50s. And like I said, this is the most current generation of the Vantage. It honestly looks pretty fucking kooky. Not really a fan personally, but I like those old school ones from back when I was in high school with the grills that look like a Ford Fusion. Or maybe it's the other way around, I don't know. Let's go ahead and open this bad boy up. Now, this casting was originally from 2022, but this is also from the debut casting. This was called the Hot Wheels Exotics, because this is indeed an exotic car. The wheels are black 10 spokes, pretty standard. The lime green, you're probably thinking that's just some Hot Wheels fuckery. No, actually, when the car was first revealed at some prestigious auto show where men wear three-piece suits, it was displayed using this. This was like the display car, the promo car, the very first one. It had this kooky lime green with red accents. Pretty cool though. See, we got a big fat ass splitter in the back. Got a diffuser in the back, splitter in the front, totally flat in the bottom. Big old spoiler. Pretty cool car. This thing's got a turbo 4-liter. Front rear, classic British design. Again, kind of kooky. I'm not really sure about this current generation of Vantage. Got really cool Tampograph headlights there. I fucking shout out to Tampographs. That's got to be one of my favorite genders. Hot Wheels Tampographs. That's where it's at. Go ahead, throw that one in the jammer. All right, we're off to a good start. Get a little ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh yeah. All right. We got a little mammoth jam here. We got a 1970 Pontiac Firebird. We got a Boomermobile in the flesh, but this thing's actually pretty mad. You can just see from the art, the card art alone. This is no normal Firebird. This thing's all whacked out. This thing's clapped, trapped, and bapped. Looks like we got some crazy engine in there. We got headlights capped over. Yeah, we'll get into this shit. So this is actually a real life car. Well, obviously it's a real life car, but this specific custom, this is a real life car. Every year, Hot Wheels does this thing called the Legends Tour, in which they go around various major cities across the world, and people show up with their cool, insane custom cars for a panel of judges, and whoever wins gets their car forever immortalized as a Hot Wheel. This was the winner of the 2020 Legends Tour. This is not the actual car. The actual winner was white. This is a different casting. And speaking of castings, this casting first came out in 2022 to commemorate the winning of the Legends Tour. This is from 2023. This is from the modified collection. It's literally the same casting, just repainted. So as you can see, we've got some really cool 70s style. We got the old school 70s Goodyear logo. I know that's probably not going to focus. 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 Is that going to focus? We got old school 70s. As you see, it has a 70 on the side because this car has conquered 70 volcanoes. That's pretty badass, not going to lie. I really like this cool... This blue setup with the dark blue stripe, the little white. That's pretty cool. So this car was built by a rod shop called RS Motorsport in Texas. Of course, started off as a 1970 Firebird, but it has a, let me check my notes here. Got a 400 cubic inch crate motor from Summit, slammed way the fuck in the back because the Firebird has a very, very long hood and the engine's kind of small, so it's just crammed way in the back with a lot of empty space. You can see like the sway bars there at the front. What did I write down here? Thing's pushing 800 horsepower apparently. But the coolest thing I think is the guy who built it, he modeled this after an Australian Trans Am spec. So it was basically here in America. We used to have a racing series called Trans Am, which was all about domestic American muscle. Of course, Aussies had their own version. So this guy took inspiration from the Aussies. All around, pretty damn cool casting. This has the classic, iconic, just 5-spoke. I've always called them fatties. I don't know why. They're just like thick, fat 5 spokes. Pretty classic. I almost feel like sometimes if you say the word Hot Wheel, that's just like the generic wheel you imagine, just the classic 5-spoke. Pretty cool. Pretty dope. Probably can't see it on camera, but there's a lot of cool shit on the interior. It's got like a full tube cage, and he's got like old school bucket seats. Pretty cool shit. It's definitely a car that you could drop your kid off to daycare in. Or like, you could pick up some fly honeys in that car for sure, I think. Let me turn the page of my notes here. I got a lot. Alright. We got something pretty cool here. Alright, we got a Rockin' Railer. This is a little bit of a gimmick car. I kind of like gimmicks. You can already kind of hear it rattling around. So, this is a brand new 2023 casting debuting in the Hot Wheels drag strip collection, which, big surprise, is themed around dragsters. Now this specifically, this is modeled after a rail dragster, as the name implies. Back in the 1960s, the hot rod craze was already well in full swing, and people wanted more, you know? Whenever you want something, you just want fucking more! So, they were like, how do we make it faster? How do we make it even less safe? So basically, a rail dragster is pretty much exactly what the name says. It's a frame that's just nothing more than 2 long rails with a big fat-ass engine in the front, and then sometimes they didn't even have a body. Sometimes they'd put like an old fucking like a Model T or like a, you know, a Deuce body on there. But usually sometimes they just leave an open cage. And these things were mad. They didn't have batteries or crank motors, so they'd have to be push started. And and it's kind of like a bomb on wheels. You were just sitting in front of a huge hot engine with a big gas tank, and these things would they'd roll over a lot. They'd call it a blowover. You'd get so much torque steer coming off the line that you would just fucking steer everywhere and flip over and die a horrific 1960s death. But the reason this bad boy here is called the Rock and Roller is because we've got this rather interesting 5-spoke rim with a weird lip on it. You can kind of see it there, and you know, there's a block on the axle. When that little lip hits the block, it's not going to work now, but the engine rocks back and forth, which I guess is not unrealistic. That really only happens when you like come off the line a little bit. Torque twists the engine, but pretty cool. Doesn't really work very well. You can kind of hear it. Yeah, 1960s death, man. This is a brutal way to die, with your brains splattered on a hot piece of quarter mile. But Grease is back then. I don't fucking care about death, man. I'm gonna go fast. Pretty cool, actually. All right, we're going old school boomer here. This is a Fox body Mustang. This is about as boomer as it gets. I like the Fox body. For a while, it was very underrated. It was considered the black sheep of the Mustang family. But nowadays, with all of the millennials, that make posts on the internet, millennials can't afford to buy classic cars, but we make posts on boomer car forums about wanting to buy them. These things are pretty cool. John S., yes, this is the rare, super awesome Sam Hyde shirt on the back. He's giving you the finger. It's pretty based and sneed-pilled. I love it. But yeah, we got a Fox body here. This is from the Hot Wheels the 80s collection, which of course is just 80s cars. This is actually a pretty old casting. Originally came out in 2012. It's definitely made its round. It's been a lot of 5-packs, been a lot of 10-packs. Had a couple of premium Real Riders even. Let's go ahead and free it. Here we go. Honestly, I'm kind of digging it. I'm not sure if it would have been painted like that in the 80s, but it is definitely giving me 80s vibes for sure. I got a little black in the scoop there. Pretty dope. We got a nice burgundy red interior, which I'm sure they probably actually came with, because this is supposed to be an 84, so it probably actually had that. No tampo grass, no cool painted headlights or anything like that, but that's fine. We've got these specific type of wheels. These are called the Phil Relheim. The Phil Relheim 5 spokes, and they're called that because Phil Relheim designed them. They're kind of an offshoot of the traditional 5-spoke. To me, this is like one of the most nostalgic early 2000s Hot Wheels wheel castings. A lot of cool old school Hot Wheels from 20 years ago had this cool wheel design, which you cannot see because it is not focusing. But the Fox body was a 3rd-gen Mustang. It first premiered in the early 80s, and you have to remember, right in 83, America was coming out of the malaise era, which was a period in which we were making the most just god-awful dog shit crap ever to have 4 wheels and an engine. It was just terrible. America was going through a very terrible energy crisis. Gas was skyrocketing, it was being rationed out, and as such our cars just went to shit. We had lots of big, bulky, ugly bumpers for your safety, and these just disgusting dog shit engines that were super underpowered, just like 130 horsepower V8s that had no nuts. And right around the early 80s, 83, 84, we finally got out of that, and for a while America went back to making okay cars again, but this was one of the first real, I guess you could say one of the first real performance, we'll get into that, to come out of that era. Now this is specifically this is the SVO Fox body. Nowadays they're called SVT. Back then they were SVO. It stands for Special Vehicle Operations. Sounds like that's some fucking Task Force 141 shit. They're gonna go raid Uzbekistan for Osama. But SBO, they hopped this bad boy up because you know, instead of a Windsor V8 that everyone would assume, this bad boy had a fucking turbocharged inline 4 with a whole whopping 174 horsepower. I could run faster than this thing. But that's alright. Still a pretty cool car. Very 80s design. And John Cena drives a very cool Fox body in Fast and Furious. So there's that. Kind of like how they gave it like drag style. We got big fatties in the rear, and then you got like stock OEM in the back, in the front. That's cool. That's pretty cool. Get a little blinker moment going there. Let's move it along. Let's get a little down and dirty, but let's keep it in the 80s. We got ourselves a Jeep Wagoneer. Yeah, baby, this is fucking dope. This casting is sweet. This car is sweet. This is sweet. This has got to be a highlight right here. This shit is awesome. I love when Hot Wheels makes like crazy off-roaders. That shit is awesome. Please, more off-roaders. This is not a new casting. This casting is originally from 2013, and I think it was like a premium RLC type of shit. And it's eventually trickled its way down to the basic line, but it's had some retools. This thing's been much more customized since it was originally produced. We've got a big fat winch on there. We've got a roof rack. Yeah, this thing is dope. Let's get it open. And you've got the, I really like these wheels. These are called the Beadlock Off-Roads. They're relatively recent. I think they came out like 16, 17, something like that, but I think they look really cool, and a lot of the best Hot Wheels trucks have the beadlock off-roaders, which I think is dope. So we got, as you can see, we've got like old school like 1980s like Pia or like Hella lights on there, and then we got a big fat winch, and we got a roof rack for kayaking with the bros. Yeah, brochacho, skiing, kayaking, yeah. You can get all your fucking mad bro. Just imagine like imagine a 1980s ski resort, and just some fucking total Chatterino bros pull up in this bad boy, and like they're wearing like fucking neon pink and green snowsuits, and they got all their. It's just Ken and his bros in this fucking bad boy. Yeah, this thing is sweet. But like I said, not a new casting, but definitely a cool ass Hot Wheel for sure. And that two-tone black with the red stripe, that is ballin'. The Wagoneer is actually pretty cool, you know. It was the first ever luxury SUV. It came out in the early 60s. It was just like ridiculous, gigantic, boxy thing with wood paneling, and it had the Jeep slats in the front. It was dope. And then, so this is the 80s. If you're a Jeep guy, you know that this is an XJ. This is actually just an XJ Cherokee. The Wagoneer in the 80s, it was really more of like a trim package, I guess you could say. It was a slightly upsized Cherokee XJ with some bells and whistles, but still cool. And probably finding one of those today in good working condition is not probable. A lot of those things were eaten up, destroyed by time, used up. And that's what they're meant for. You know, they weren't a vehicle; they were a tool. You know what I mean? Things were meant to be played with. All right. Alright. I said that fucking Fox body was boomer. Now we're going straight boomer, alright? This is about as boomer as it gets. Yeah, no displacement for replacement, baby! Veteran of 2 foreign wars, hoorah! 1964 Corvette Stingray. This really is about as boomer as it gets. This is the type of car where some like 56-year-old guy goes to Meekum, and he's expecting to make like 58K, and he gets like maybe 29K. Yeah, this is that car right here. This is a bit of a special one. This is for the Corvette 70th anniversary. That kind of fucks me up to think that 1956 was like 70 years ago. Goddamn, man. Time really flies. But this isn't a new casting. This casting originally came out in 08. So it's pretty old, but this one has been significantly dullied and decked up. This is a brand new 2023 release, the Corvette 70th anniversary. We got a couple of these puppies that we're going to get through. I wanted to buy all of them, but these are kind of like they're not really premium per se, but they're not basic. They're kind of in the middle. You know, they don't have like real riders or like really cool rims, but they've got more detail and better rims than just like a basic. So They're like $1.25, and I was like, fuck man, I'm gonna spend like 20 bucks on all these things. So I only got a couple, but still pretty dope. Let's go ahead and open it up. I think the Stingray, it's one of the most mid-century modern automotive designs there is. This is the C2 Corvette of the second generation. It was first developed in the early 60s, and it has just such, I know it's just a toy car, but even it just has such a beautiful, like, swooping, just such a 60s mid-century design. It truly is a beautiful car. It's got flippy boys even. The really, really rare, valuable ones have a split window. This is not a split window, but that's alright. We've got the Corvette logo there in the back. Yeah, this thing's fucking sweet. We got like that 60s blue, we got black stripes. Like, I could totally see this as like a period accurate custom, you know, some kind of fucking, a little New York concrete shoes type of guy fucking cruising down the street in this pimped up bad boy. Yeah. This shit's cool, man. I love this shit. Oh, I forgot to say, the wheels are called Retro Slots. Retro Slot 5 spokes. Like I said, they're kind of a premium wheel, but not really. They're in between. Pretty ballin' all the same. Pretty ballin'. A lot of cars in the 60s had flippy boys. It was definitely a style choice. They're not like they're not outlawed or anything. People just don't do them anymore because it's goofy. At least I don't think they're outlawed. Alright. Oh, we're taking it back over the pond, bro. We got a little UK grime here. We got a little Ford Escort RS 5000. This is fucking peak Anglo. Let's fucking go score some damn goals. This is score some damn goals. The car. Any self-respecting British motorsports fan knows the Escort RS 2000, and rightfully so. The Escort has been the best-selling car in the UK for like fucking ever. It's one of the most popular. It's like it's basically the British version of the 150. Like here in America, the 150 is the best-selling car, and Escort kills it in the UK. Now this is a brand new casting, debuted right here in 2023. This is part of the Retro Racers line. Definitely very valuable. Any kind of like on the fringe of boomer stuff, but like millennial nostalgia, like 80s, 90s racing stuff. Very, very highly scalped. This shit's hard to find. I was lucky I found it on a peg, honestly. But nah, this thing's sweet. Let's go ahead and open it up. Talk a little bit about the Escort. So like I said, the Escort is one of the best-selling cars in England, and as such, it has a very rich motorsports history. This thing's on touring, and this thing's on rallying, and that's what this one is specifically kitted up for. So back. I should mention this is a Mark II Escort that was sold in the mid-70s, and back in the mid-70s, if you had some real Oppenheimer nuts, you could buy what was called X-Packs, and they were factory racing kits, factory racing parts, Ford racing shit that you could get for your Escort to kit that bad boy out. And this one has it. This one's tuned up for rallying. So on the front here, we have a very, very kooky type of rim that's called the Aero Disc, and it's meant to replicate a real type of rim very popular in the 80s that was alleged to increase aerodynamics by just having a little flat disc over the spokes. And I like that. If it focuses, you can kind of see that little notch. That's supposed to be where you would put the air gun in to air your tires up and adjust the pressure. So I appreciate that they put that in there. And in the back, we just got the regular 5 spokes. Not really a fan of the whole like different rims. To me, that just fucking screams like 2016. That was a very like 2016 thing to do. Like you put your drift car, it would have fucking 4 different rims that are all different colors. Like I'm not a fan of that. But this thing's kitted out, got a big ass rally splitter on the front. The back is awesome. So we've got some tampograph, we got tail lights, we got the reverse lights, and if it can't really there we go. If focus, we got a cool ass British license plate. I don't know if you can read it, but it says Hot Wheels RS2K. Pretty fucking dope. I love when basic cars, you know, the fucking like, you know, 98 cents $1.02 ones, then they get tampographs, because normally, you know, this is the shit you have to pay premium money for to get cool detail like this. So it's dope. No numbers on the side, so I don't know how many volcanoes it's conquered, but that's fine. I'm really digging the old school 70s Ford racing colors. Very dope. Interior's all kitted out, got old 70s bucket seats in there. They like fucking drilled out holes in the plexiglass for ventilation. Back in the 70s rally racing was fucking crazy, man. Dudes were dying all the time. Shit was nuts. What do I got here in my notes? Alright. We're gonna bust into the Toretto family values on this one, bitch. Ice in my veins, cars on my mind. We got the Fast 5 Stingray. Now this is like this is how you take the boomer car and you de-boomify it. This thing's been all fucking tricked out. So this car was featured in the absolute cinematic masterpiece, Fast 5. This was in the opening sequence when they like fucking jump it off a bridge or whatever. Pretty dope. Surprisingly, this is not an original casting for the Fast and the Furious. This was originally made in 2015. It was just a regular Stingray Roadster, but it's made its rounds. This is from the 2023 Screen Time collection. I really like the Screen Time series. They always do like weird cars from pop culture, like the dumb Gen X basics, like fucking Knight Rider kit and the Ghostbusters car and the fucking Back to the Future time machine. But then they do like cool shit, like they got like Fast and the Furious. They have a Snoopy one. Sometimes they'll do like the fucking Homer mobile from Simpsons. Screen Times is good shit. So here we go. Here we've got those very, very cool, very 2010s Manson Chang 5 spokes. Korean maybe? Chinaman possibly? I don't know. Asian Hot Wheels excellence over there who designed these. That's what they're called. The Manson Chang 5 spokes. This is actually a real, well, obviously it's a real car, but the car it's based off of that was specifically built for Fast 5. It was built in Ohio by a rod shop called Mongoose Motors. Shout out to Ohio. You guys are crazy bastards. You're like the Midwest version of Florida. But this was built by a little Mongoose Motors. It's got a big 5.7 crate engine in it. Had all kinds of fancy, like it's got the typical Fast and Furious, like roll cage and Sparco seats, and pretty fucking cool. It's a Grand Sport. Grand Sport is like the factory racing program. We're gonna get a real good factory racing Corvette program, and we're gonna take it to Mustang. Pretty cool shit. Almost tipped over my jammer. That would have sucked. Shout out to all my Toretto family values followers out there. Y'all know what's good. I always stay strapped. Strapped with a car. Oh yeah. Alright. We're gonna take it over to a Nippon with a little JDM here. We got the Mazda 787B. Shout out to all three of you. You know I fucking love you. You want to show me a little love? Visit me on Venmo. I'm Wallhack413. I'm Pavo. My broke is a joke, so you know you want to help me out. Donate. So we got a Mazda 787B here. This is one of the most iconic 1990s racing cars of all time, and it's a Japanese one, which, believe it or not, is actually quite rare. Japan, much like everything they do, they're very isolated when it comes to motorsports. They prefer to keep it at home. They don't really like to go overseas and race. So finding any kind of Japanese guy racing in a non-Japanese series is pretty rare. I always usually like them. They're usually kind of cheeky. A lot of time they speak English with a British accent, which is like Japanese guy racing for like a fucking American team that speaks English with a British accent. Like, what the fuck is going on? Well, this is a pretty dope car, though. Not a new casting. This was originally made in 2018, and it was like a very, very fancy RLC premium. And originally, it had a removable hood right here, and the wing was made of plastic. It cost a lot of money, and it had like fucking dope-ass reel riders and like really fancy plastic 5 spokes. And over time, Hot Wheels realized, wow, you know, people really love the 787B, and we could make even more money if we made it a basic instead of a premium. So they basified it, they dehimbified it, if you will. The hood is now just one solid casting, and the spoiler here, it's all just solid metal. Which is alright, because a lot of times, can you drift in a 787B? I don't know, to be honest. I want to say yes, but I think that's a question that science is just not ready to answer, to be honest with you. One day science may learn if you can drift on the 787B. It is Japanese. And speaking of, it is the only car to ever win Le Mans that has a rotary engine. Yes, this was the winner of it was an overall winner in the 1991 24 Hours of Le Mans, which is not easy to do because Le Mans is a series that's run in classes, right? You have like 4 or 5 different series of classes, and then each class has a winner, and then there's the guy that wins overall too. So to be the best in your class and to win the race, very difficult thing to do. Also, you're doing it for 24 hours, and like you don't even get to fucking like play Fortnite or like check your phone or anything. Like, race boring as hell, man. But of course, we got the kooky aero discs on the front, and then just the standard fatty 5 spokes. I don't think it actually had aero discs in real life, but I might be wrong. I think it just had cool like fucking Watanabe aluminum, magnesium, gold 5 spokes. But a lot of detail on this. Like, you can tell it was originally a premium. The headlights are tampographs. Again, shout out to tampographs, gotta be my favorite gender. We got the old school Mazda logo, and as you can see, this car has indeed conquered 78 volcanoes. What a fucking baller. And then we got like the early 90s Goodyear. Yeah, this car had a rotary. If you guys don't know what a rotary is, like, if you think of a regular engine, right, it's a bunch of pistons that are doing Guido fist bumps all the time, right? A rotary is literally, it's a fucking big metal Dorito, right? A big metal triangle, and it kind of goes around in a big cylinder, and each like corner of the triangle hits a thing called an apex seal, and that's like your spark plugs, right? It's very kooky. It's called a wankle. Oh, fucking wankle, bro! It's called a wankle. It's crazy. If you guys ever want to like read about a really cool type of engine, it's like an alternative scene engine, look up the Wankel rotary. Shit's very cool, very popular in Japan. And yes, you can indeed drift it and drive it on the road because it's a perfectly road legal car, and definitely not a racing car at all. But we had our fun over in our fun over in the land of the rising samurai men. We're gonna bring it back down here to the States, back down to the land of the rising flags that I salute every day. We're gonna take a look at the Dodge Power Wagon again. I fucking love all the off-road Hot Wheels. These things are fucking baller. They're making a lot more of them these days. A lot of money in them, and there's just a lot of like a chunky off-road guys named Seth that would love to have this on the wall of their garage next to their real off-roader. So a lot of money, good thinking. This is a new casting, actually. This was made in 2023. It debuted in the very oddly named Mud Studs. Reminds me of Mud Jug. That flag offends you, you can leave, boy. That's what a fucking Mud Jug is. Called the Mud Studs line, but it's a fucking totally tricked out Dodge Power Wagon. Let's take this bitch out. The fucking blister is like huge because it's like such a big chunky boy. That blister is huge. Now, first of all, right off the bat, I gotta say this might be the single most powerful vehicle I've ever held in my hands. I don't know if you guys can see that. This thing has claimed 1,130 volcanoes. Like, I feel my power level rising just holding this. Ludwig, man, I got these all from a long period of time. Some came from Target, some came from Walmart. I got a couple from Mall of America, a couple are impulse eBay buys. You can pretty much get Hot Wheels at any kind of retail big box store, any kind of toy store. Sometimes you can even find them in really weird places you wouldn't expect. Like, there's Best Buy exclusives, there's like fucking Quick Trip exclusives. You can find them anywhere, man. You just gotta know where to look. And you gotta get there early because there's always gonna be some like sweaty, balding 58-year-old that's gonna be buying them all immediately. And you'll be behind him in line and he'll be breathing like this. And he's got like a fucking big basket of like first edition Hot Wheels that none of the little kids get to play with. But I digress. Like I said, this is a new casting. It's got those fucking sweet beadlock off-roader rims. and they've dyed the wheels brown because it's been driving through feces. But Quick Trip exclusive Hot Wheels, but I don't know if there's exclusives, but Quick Trip does sell them. There's a lot of really crazy shit, like there used to be Kmart exclusive Hot Wheels that are like very valuable now because obviously you can't really go to a Kmart anymore. There's Best Buy exclusive ones. There was like GameStop exclusive ones that were like cars from Gran Turismo and shit. There's a lot of it really is the Barbie for boys. Like you can't have one without the other. Like Hot Wheels is such a like extensively collectible a toy. It's pretty impressive, honestly. But almost as impressive as this very powerful volcano conquering badass here. So as you see, we've got like the old school, like I said, this is like Pia or Hella brand, like, or Casey, yeah, like KC brand lights on the grill there. And then we've got more like fucking like KC Hella style. It's a very 80s style light bar. No like spare tire or like brochacho jet skis in the back or anything, but still pretty cool. The Power Wagon, I guess you could say, it was kind of an obscure car. It was a pickup truck first made in 1945, you can believe that. They made that bitch all the way until like the 90s. It was a big ass 2-ton truck. This specific version of the Power Wagon was called the W500. That was a 2-ton single cab version. Sadly, it did not come quite as volcano conquering ready. And I honestly dig this sweet-ass livery. We've got the old-school Dodge logo. We've got the Mopar logo. Mopar, no car, baby! Chargers every day. That's my favorite car. Charger's my favorite car. If I had $1 million, you know what car I'd buy? Dodge Charger. And then you know what other car I'd buy? Dodge Challenger. Best car in the world. Fastest car. I don't know. My dad's got one. Sometimes he lets me ride in it. And he does burnout. It's so cool. I want a Dodge Charger. Rubles, that looks like it needs some tiny Hot Wheels sized truck nuts. Hell yeah. Anyone on Etsy that knows how to make truck nuts, please hook me up. I'll definitely hang those on the back of my Power Wagon for sure. Alright, moving forward. Alright, this one is a bit of an oddball here. We got a custom Fantasy 06 Pontiac GTO. This is not a new casting. This is from 2011. So which is long after Pontiac had gone the way of the dodo and assumed room temperature. They were pumping this bad boy out. This is a relatively new casting. This is from 2022. It's from the drag strip line. Hot Wheels makes a lot of dragsters. Can you blame them? That's straight California shit. But this is actually pretty cool. This is not like an official build. This is like a DeviantArt fan OC. This is some premium DeviantArt paid fantasy content. So what we've got here is we've got the absolute dog shit car known as the 2006 Pontiac GTO, which I must explain really quick was not actually a Pontiac at all. You see, back in the 60s, there was this very cool muscle car made by Pontiac called the GTO, which, again, you know, went the way of the dodo, as most muscle cars did. And in the early 2000s, it was a very, very hot thing to do, like, retro, futuristic styled cars. Like, if you guys remember the Chevy HHR, which was like this wacky boomermobile pickup truck with a Corvette engine. Or if you guys remember the PT Cruiser, maybe you guys know that one. The PT Cruiser was a huge movement in the retro type of design language. This was the very, very tail end of that, and not only that, it was the very, very tail end of Pontiac. They were not doing fucking good. They were on the coals, and Pontiac was basically, they were doing a fucking Tom Brady Packers Hail Mary. And what are we going to do? So they see GM, they own a little company called Holden. That's an Australian car company. And Holden has this car called the Mondeo, which happens to look exactly like this. All GM did was ship the Mondeo over, put Pontiac badges on it, and they call it the GTO. And it failed, and it was dog shit. This is pretty cool. This is a reimagining. What if it wasn't terrible and Pontiac offered a sort of Copo or like Yinko style parts package. So we're all dragged out here. We got like a fucking big ass Ram Air. I only take my air Ram from my Ram Air intakes. Every time I see those intakes, I just think of like a fucking Trailer Park 2003 Pontiac Grand Am. That was the same type of scoops they had. But really cool. We got some cool tampographed. We got tampographed headlights, grill, Pontiac badge. Very cool. no tail lights, but big ass wheelie bar. We got the big fat 5-spoke drag slicks, and then just like the little skinnies. You can imagine this thing doing a big fat burning out wheelie coming off the line. Pretty cool. Oh yeah, I didn't even see that. It's got a parachute, kind of hard to see, but bitch has even got a chute. This thing would be sweet, and I'm kind of liking like this livery is giving me like some like 2001 Paul Walker Fast and Furious vibe. They've got this like black and yellow like fucking excitement stripes, and then we got like the Sparko logo and the AEM logo on the running boards. That's fucking cool. The founder of AEM just died recently. Rest in peace. He was a real Italiano Bambino, you know what I'm saying? Let me go through my notes here. All right, y'all ready for this? I got a 2-for-1 on this one. Y'all gonna love this. Let me find it in my bag of goodies here. All right, I think these might be the 2 most boomer cars I have on the whole lineup here. Let's get a little blinker moment while you take this in. We got ourselves a late 80s Ford Thunderbird, and you might think, oh, what? You're just showing us two like reprints, 2 repaints? Nah, son. I got 2 different, unique castings of the same car. Let's get it. The first one we got here. This is an 86 Ford Thunderbird Pro Street. And don't worry, I'll tell you what a Pro Street is. But this thing's sweet, and then this is also a Thunderbird Pro Street. This one, however, this is an 88, and this one has a bit of a different story, and it's also a different casting. But both of these are based off of this casting right here, which, what do my notes say? Yeah, this is originally a 2022 casting. They're both based off of this one, and it's just a retool. So this is a Pro Street car, and Pro Street is basically a street legal car that is designed to be as close to a competition drag car while still remaining street legal. It's pretty fucking dope. A lot of guys that drive these have big balls. You gotta have a lot of balls to take this thing on the street, and probably get a lot of cops giving you noise tickets. But here we go. This is the 86 Thunderbird, I believe. Again, very cool. We got a drag strip, no wheelie bar, because again, Pro Street, not like NHRA spec. You know, wheelie bar that'd be a little too sussy baka. Big fucking huge blown engine with what I would assume would be a plexi, like in real life, maybe like a plexiglass or like Lexan little shaker going on there. Cool ass detail. No tampo grass or nothing, but they really captured the look of the Thunderbird very well. Horribly ugly car, but looks pretty cool. All decked out here. We got some drag style flaps, and I don't know if you can see the interior too well, but you can see like you've got lots of roll cage action going on there, little sway bar type situation deal going on, and of course you got the classic fatty 5-spoke drag situation going on there. Plus, just I really like this cool like Hot Wheels racing livery. Very cool. Now the Thunderbird, that's a legendary name in the world of cars. It originally came out in the mid-50s. It was designed to be a Corvette killer. One of the most beautiful mid-centuries cars ever. It had like a fucking porthole on it, and it came in like salmon pink with hand-stitched white leather interior. Very cool, very mid-century. Lasted for a long time, was very popular. Some people even claim that it was better than the Corvette of its day. I wouldn't know. I've never driven either, so the only thing I drive is friendships into the ground. So this is our second one here. Now, if you guys remember, I was talking about that Hot Wheels Legends Tour. We got ourselves another Hot Wheels Legend Tour. So we're taking it 1 year ahead. This is an 87 Thunderbird. Absolutely killing it. Again, no tampo grass, but just captures that late 80s ugliness so well. All kinds of cool graphics. Big ass wheelie bar, parachute on the back. Got that fucking like Holly Motorsports drag spoiler on the back there. That black and gold, so 80s. So this was a winner, like I said, of the Hot Wheels Legends Tour. Maybe they call it the Legends World Tour, I forget. But this was originally, it had a sweet like pink, crazy pink and yellow. This is a different repainting of it. Oh shit, I didn't even notice. It's got a raised and painted Thunderbird logo. That's honestly fucking based in Thunderbird pilled, if you ask me. And of course we've got that big ass like fucking Jegs catalog hood scoop on there. Love that. But this is, like I said, this is a winner. I've got in my notes here, this was built by a husband and wife couple named Matt and Debbie. Shout out to Matt and Debbie. All right, building a drag car, Matt and Debbie. Pretty sweet. Like I said, it was originally painted like this crazy like purple with like a checkered flag stripe. Pretty awesome. And Pro Street is pretty cool. If you guys want to see some cool hyper masculine action, go look up like Pro Street racing, like on like a fucking under an overpass or something. Pro Street's pretty mad. Those guys are definitely, they push the boundaries of what's considered a street legal motor vehicle. Oh yes, yes. These cars were very, very fucking ugly. People in the late 80s, they did not know what was up. They were not with the shit. They did not know what was going on. At one hand, you know, there was a lot of nostalgia for the 70s, and they were trying to cash into that, you know, the big, large, traditional American land yacht. But also in the late 80s, you had lots of European imports come in. You had BMW, Mercedes, tons of Japanese imports that were killing it. You know, fucking Toyota Corolla, Honda Civic, little cute tiny cars you can put in your pocket and carry around with you. Very cute and stylish, much different than the giant American barges. So it was like the last hurrah for, like, I guess you could say, the traditional American car. I guess keeping with our Ford theme here, I got another Ford for you. If I can find it. Here we go. All right. John S., I gotta take off. I keep maintenance calls because I'm at my job. Yeah, fuck sickos, fuck trolls, fuck mass shootings, fuck all that. Stay safe, my brother. You know I love you, John. This one's for you, brother. This is a straight out of England. This is a Ford Sierra Cosworth. Now, if you guys remember, I was talking about the Escort. This is a car very similar to the Escort. The Ford Sierra was a British full-size family car. That's what they called it. And just like the Escort, huge history of racing. Bit of a new casting, debuted in 2022. This is a new 2023 casting for the Hot Wheels 80s line. Got that really cool. These are called lace wheels. They're gonna focus. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Lace. They kind of look like early 90s, late 80s, like aluminum racing wheels. Very cool. Like Indy cars would have wheels like this. But yeah, this is a Ford Sierra Cosworth. This is tuned for the BTCC, and unfortunately that's not some kind of like funny Pornhub abbreviation. That just stands for British Touring Car Championship. And the Sierra absolutely killed it. It was one of the most successful cars in that series. And this one has been tuned, so you know, we've got that cool spoiler on the back there. Touring cars, really, they don't look that different, so there wasn't a lot of visual mods. But this thing was souped the fuck up. It had did it have a V6, right? No, this thing had a souped up turbo inline 4. BTC back then, back in the 80s and 90s, they used to put racing in categories. They were literally called like Group A, Group B, Group C. This car raced what was called Group C, which was touring car racing. This is not like a real livery, although I will say this thing has conquered 87 volcanoes. Pretty powerful. Not as powerful as that Power Wagon that conquered like fucking 1,100 volcanoes, but you gotta say, a British car taking on 87 volcanoes, kind of impressive. I don't think they have volcanoes in England. But we've got this cool, not really 80s, I guess. We've got the Blistex, the Bilstein shocks there. We got the Hot Wheels graphics logo. Kind of looks like some kind of like video streaming site graphic. Wait, what about volcanoes? Well, as you can see, this car, it has an 87 on it, which it indicates it has claimed 87 volcanoes. I have it here in my jammer. This is the most powerful car we've looked at tonight. This Dodge Power Wagon has claimed 1,130 volcanoes. That's probably why its wheels are all dirty. That thing has just been plowing through volcanoes nonstop. The Ford's catching up. It's not quite there, but I mean, 87 volcanoes, pretty damn impressive. Not even an off-road car, although they did race it in rally. This is a road spec. There's a road spec boy right here. Almost kind of gives me like Marbo vibes. I kind of dig that. Alright. Now we got something really special here. We got the king, the cutest car ever made, the NA Miata, a car that needs no introduction. I remember when this casting first came out, it was indeed, as the card says, this was a brand new casting for 2019. They had really not made a lot of Miata castings before this. Let's get it. They had a couple of castings that they made in the early 90s when the Miata first came out and was sold in America, but kind of fell under the wayside back then. People didn't really want, little boys, they didn't want toy cars, a little fucking Japanese imported. They wanted the fucking goddamn big nuts Camaros with drag slicks on them and shit, you know what I'm saying? So now, kids these days, they want to they want to drive like a Honda Civic with an anime girl on the side that she's spreading her butthole over the gas tank or some shit. So this fits right in their alley. But this was indeed a new casting. This is an NA Miata that's been heavily customized, probably by some soy-faced millennial man who likes Rick and Morty. Actually, a lot of really cool detail on it, though. We've got the Mazda Speed logo over the grille. Mazda Speed is the in-house tuning division of Mazda. Really cool tampograph from the front here. I don't know if you can see it. It's a California license plate. And it says HT Wheels, which I don't know what that stands for. If you guys know what HT Wheels stands for, let me know. I don't know what that stands for. But we've got the reflector lights painted, those little cute little silver. Almost looks like it's so happy to see you. The Miata is just so happy to see you. And we've of course got the iconic Flippy Boys. You can kind of see the casting lines there. We've got the Flippy Boys all set up. No numbers, so this car is not taken on a volcano yet, but it's small, it's a cute little Miata. It's gonna get there. Got the classic 5-spoke wheels. A lot of these cars have the 5 spokes. We got Ryu on the side. I don't know who that is, but there is a line of Hot Wheels called Ryu's Garage, so I assume he's some I don't know, he writes for fucking Jalopnik or something, I don't know. But this is fucking dope. We got a roll cage in the back that's not focusing. It says Mazda on the side. Got this blue is actually an OEM color. Very beautiful. I love Miatas in this color. I would definitely suck a dog's dick for one. Just a really cool, definitely one of my favorite Hot Wheels I own. I'm very partial to Miatas. I pretty much snatch up every one that I see. I have multiple different colors of this specific casting. This is probably one of my top 5 favorite Hot Wheels castings of all time. They have really cool ones that are just solid colors, not with all the de-volcanoed racing graphics. But I'll find one day. They have a cool one that's like forest green. I like forest green Miatas. And I suppose I don't need to tell you, it's not a fast car, not by any means. It's just a little 4-cylinder. When you accelerate, it goes. But very fun, very cute, and what more could you ask for in a car from Japan? Really, it's the Batsumaru of cars. That was a great Modelo, but you know what's better? 2 Modelos. And I think I picked a good time to open up too, because we've got a very cool Hot Wheel next. Perhaps, arguably, one of my favorite. We've got the legendary Bone Shaker, a car that needs no introduction unless you don't know what it is and you do need an introduction. So this is the Bone Shaker. Definitely not a new casting. This is one of the most iconic, original, I don't know, some people call them fantasy castings, but that just makes me think of fucking Legolas driving a hot rod. I call them just Hot Wheels originals. This is up there with Twin Mill, Diora 2, right? This is one of the bad boys. First came out in 2008. That's when it originally debuted. It had a black livery with a Jolly Roger shit on the side. Pretty cool. This specific casting is from 2023 from the Hot Wheels Dream Garage collection. I would definitely drop my kids off at daycare in the Bone Shaker. It's definitely a very family-friendly car. Yeah, Bone Shaker is definitely the OG badass. It's one of the cool. I'd say if you're not a boomer, you're a millennial like me, this is the OG badass. So here we are. So what exactly is Bone Shaker? Well, the front half. Here, look. The front half. That's a Ford Model T. The roof's been chopped. It's been dropped. It's been channeled. All the fenders have been taken off. The hood's been taken off. Then in the back, we've got the tail end of a Ford Model A pickup truck. We got a fucking sweet-ass Moon Eyes gas tank, big old 8-pack coming through the hood, and then the mean-ass side pipes coming out. We got white wall tires the way it should be. And then, you know, we got that fucking Rob Zombie shit going on. The whole front of the car is a badass skull. And then the fucking... The headlights are being held by skull hands. Yeah, this is a fucking goth. This is... When Rob Zombie was talking about the Dragula, he was fucking talking about Bone Shaker. This is the most... There's a reason why this is the best Hot Wheels ever made, because it's the fucking coolest one. It literally has a skull on the front. You can't get cooler than that. And this is a retooling. The original Bone Shaker, it had a solid roof. This one's a little more popular. Not only has this one been chopped, but it's also been chopped open on the roof too. If you guys don't know, chopped is when you take the pillars on an old car when you're building a hot rod. You literally cut the pillars and you drop down the roof so it's really low, and it's channeled, which means you cut fucking holes in the frame so you could drop it down really low, and then you drop the axles down really low too. There's a lot of science behind building a hot rod. They're fucking cool, dude. We got a sweet Team Hot Wheels livery on the side. That brings me back in the day. There used to be this shit called Team Hot Wheels, and it was like these 4 goon-ass wannabe extras they got off of LA that would like wear racing suits, and they all had different themes. It was like a Power Rangers type of bullshit. It's kind of cool though, I won't lie. All right, we're gonna bring it back. We're gonna bring it back to a little more of the millennial here. We got a 1997 Corvette. Again, this is from the Corvette 70th anniversary, brand new. Fucks me up to think that 56 was like 70 years ago. That's crazy. Much better times. I wasn't alive. But here we have her, and not only that, we have one of the most popular and sought after Hot Wheels castings ever. So like I said, this is the 97 Corvette that was the C5, the 5th generation. A monumental Corvette. The generation before it was almost near universally disliked. People thought it was ugly. People thought it was slow. It was indeed a victim of that, end of the malaise era as the 80s were kind of wrapping down and the American auto industry was finally fucking getting its shit together. It was definitely a victim of that a little bit. But this was like, this was America saying, hey, look, we're not fucking bass-ackwards. We can make cool, high-tech racing cars that are affordable. And indeed they did. This is one of the most popular Corvettes of all time. And this casting is even more popular. It was first made in 1997. Yes, that's right. When this Corvette was so fucking important that Mattel literally made a brand new casting the same fucking day it came out in real life. That's how important it was. And even more fucking crazy, they like never really made any other castings after that. You had the original release in 97 and maybe like a couple of like obscure 5-packs or some like fucking weird like Christmas holiday pack that they threw it in. But for the most part, you couldn't get just like a clean looking, cool ass C5 anywhere until now, in 2023, for like fucking $1.25. But worth it, honestly, because it's such a cool car. This was the last Corvette to ever have flippy boys. You can see the modeling lines in the hood here. They're pretty cool. You would think that a flip up would go like this, but it actually it's like fucking reversed. Look up a YouTube video. It's cool. It's pretty cool. These are, fucking, what wheels are these? I didn't write down what wheels these were, did I? Oh well, they're just basically the 10 spokes. Pretty standard 2000s 10 spokes. Pretty cool. The stripe's cool. That's like imitating a Grand Sport back in the 90s. If you you paid extra, you bought the Grand Sport edition, which is like the racing program. You get the little stripes on the quarters there, so that's pretty cool. I didn't even notice you've got Hot Wheels like fucking pressed into the rear deck there. Yeah, pretty cool casting. It's kind of cool to find it on a peg. Definitely one of the more scalped Corvette models for sure. And I suppose since I'm on that fucking Corvette gang ice cream so good, we'll go ahead and go with the almost most recent Corvette. This is the C8R. Maybe like 1 year ago I could have said this was the most brand new, newest Corvette, but not anymore. Now we have the C9. But again, this is for the Corvette 70th anniversary line. Kind of a new casting. It originally came out in 2021, which is pretty much the same year that the actual C8R came out. And if you couldn't figure it out, the R means that it is the racing package. Yes, Hot Wheels, so good. Faster than ever. Gang, gang, gang. You know that shit's good. I should just do that this whole stream. I should just fucking do a TikTok AI video for 3 hours. Fuck going to school, man. I'm just gonna do that. But here we go. We got the C8R. Like I said, the R means it is the racing program version of the Corvette. This was raced in pretty much every major endurance series. They ran it at Le Mans. Did all right. I mean, it did all right. This isn't the actual official Corvettes. When they race them, Corvettes are pretty much only ever run by the Chevy factory team, and they put them in this cool, like this badass, like yellow paint with black stripes, because Americans love that shit. And Corvette, so good. Being a retired boomer that can afford a Corvette, so good. As you can see, a bit of a weak car. It's only conquered 8 volcanoes, but that's still pretty impressive all the same. Again, not as powerful as that fucking Power Wagon that conquered 1,100 volcanoes, but it's pretty respectable. We got like some cool little spark. Oh, it just says C8R. That's the C8R logo. You can see the big ass V8. I think it's like a fucking 12 valve. I wrote it down. Yeah, it's a 5-liter V8. Pretty much almost the same as what you would get in the street car, but souped up. Now they have an even more ridiculous. The C9 is like mid-engined. It looks like a Ferrari. The boomers love it even more. Oh, you take that Ferrari back to Germany, Hans. No displacement. Yeah. Take that Ferrari back to Germany, Hans. World War II victory, back-to-back champions, Corvette. Alright. We're going to take it back. We're going off-road here. We got a pretty cool brand new casting. A Mitsubishi Pajero Evo. I don't know, it's like fucking Pajero. Isn't Ferrari Italian? Yes, they are actually Italian. They make little Tootsie Roll Italian cars. But here we go. We got a sweet-ass Mitsubishi Pajero. This is one of the most iconic JDM off-roaders of all time. Now, sadly, just like that Power Wagon that we looked at, it's part of the very oddly named Mud Studs line, but it doesn't have the cool fucking beadlock off-roads. It's just got the aero discs. This is a brand new casting too. They made it specifically for this line. Never done a Pajero before. So the Pajero is a little like compact SUV that Mitsubishi made from about the late 80s all the way up to about 98, 99. Very long running car. Extremely popular in Japan. You have to remember, even off-roading in Japan, very compact. Trails are small, so you need a little small off-roader. Very cute. Even in my big, beefy Bara hands, it looks small. Awesome tampographs. Shout out to my favorite gender tampographs. We got awesome headlight tampos. We got the grill with the Mitsubishi logo. Rest in peace, Mitsubishi. I'm amazed you're still alive. We got the cool like license plate. I wish they put like the Japanese plate that has a red stripe through it. I don't know what that means, but it looks cool. Yeah. JDM's definitely the shit. It's really hard to find these cars in America. Most of them were imported in like California, Florida. Hey boo! I got the Ferrari on Miami. So, but this, like I said, this is the Pajero Evolution, and if you're familiar with Mitsubishis at all, you probably know the Lancer Evolution. Evolution is like a little marketing ploy that Mitsubishi does to, that's their holy shit big boy packages. That's the Evolution, and it's kind of cool that they did the Evolution on an SUV. So this was souped up specifically to race in an insane road rally called the Paris Dakar. I don't know what the fuck it's called now. When I was a kid, it was called the Paris Dakar. I guess apparently it's fucking racist to say the name of an African country or some shit. I don't know. But it's this ridiculous rally. It starts in Paris, France, and it goes to Dakar, Africa. And you have to navigate there. It's you and a navigator, and you gotta fucking be the first person. And it's on public roads. Like, they don't close that shit down. You're like driving through fucking sand dunes and like crazy back roads, and there's like dudes on like horses and camel shit bringing their crops in, and then this insane rally car drives by at like 200 miles per hour. It's insane that shit's legal. But this one was all souped up. We got like big wide ass fenders. Wait, did they have to drive over the ocean? Yeah, they put fucking, like, you know, like in Mario Kart, you jump off a cliff and then like the parasail comes out and then you drop in the water. Like, that's what they do in real life. Like, Mitsubishi had like a whole crazy like fucking parasail jet ski accessory for the Punjero. And a fun fact, and Punjero is a Spanish word. Apparently it means something naughty. I don't know what, but in other countries they had a lot of different names because I guess you couldn't, like Spanish speaking countries. That's more Italian, but you get what I mean. You get what I mean. Let me go through my notes here. I've got a very cute notebook with a bunch of Sanrio men on it. See, we got fucking Choco Cat, we got Pom Pom Purrin', we got my boy Bats Maru over there. We got the whole crew. They're out here lit. They're smoking on that Weddy. You know Hello Kitty be gas on that Weddy. All right. Where we at? All right, cool. All right, we're getting to the inlands. We're getting to the, oh yeah, this is, Hot Wheels is straight up Sanrio all the way. All right, now we're straight art. We're going Barbie. I'm telling you, bros, they straight up, they got the pink 55 Corvette from the Barbie movie, and they have the fucking crazy GMC Hummer EV that Ken drives with like the ridiculous graphics. They have both of those in Hot Wheels form. That's definitely on my, if you guys have disposable money, email that to me in a digital crypto file. I would love the Barbie Hot Wheels Corvette. Convert that down into an NFT for me, and I'll pick that up. But here we go, again, the Hot Wheels 70th anniversary. I think we've looked at like 4 of these other ones. But again, this was the OG. This was the C1, the very first, one of the most beautiful cars ever made, a masterpiece of mid-century modern design. It has a beautiful sweeping curvature to it. It looks like some fucking 50s yuppie man made it. So beautiful, just that silhouette is so striking to me. The little like mini fins that the taillights come out on, the circular headlights, the little smiling. This dude looks like he's off the lean, dude. This fucking Corvette is mad chillin'. He looks like fucking Pee Wee Longway or something. He looks like he's on a Pee Wee Longway album cover or like a fucking Gucci Mane album cover. He's absolutely been chillin' right now. But we've got the kooky aerodisc ribs, which makes no sense on a car of this caliber, and pretty powerful. We've got 55 volcanoes conquered, and it's like it's an open top, so that dude probably had some like high-tech Gore-Tex volcano helmets going on there. I'm digging the classic, just yellow, black, white, very cool, very powerful volcano conquering Corvette. Even the interior is kind of nice. Like you probably can't see it, but then you can see like the vinyl on the seats and all that shit. Damn, man, you got a Gucci, Louis, Reebok logo. Yes. All right. Moving on here. We're gonna look at something really embarrassing. We're probably gonna look at one of my least favorite cars of all time. I collect my favorite cars, and then I collect my least favorite too, because you know life is all about give and take. You know. We got the BMW i8 Roadster. Sadly, despite Migos flexing that they would hop in the i8 with the ostrich seat, this thing fucking sucks. If I was a Jeff Dunham puppet, my gag would be the BMW i8 sucks. That's my catchphrase as a Jeff Dunham puppet. The i8 sucks. That's my catchphrase. Hope you guys like it. As you can see, it is indeed a BMW i8. Not a new casting, first made in 2022, and only made in 2022. Or sorry, it was made in 2021, and it stayed in 2021, just like this car should have stayed. So this was right around the time that Tesla finally got their shit together. You know, the Nissan Leaf was like, you know, halfway decent. Nissan got their shit together. Tesla was killing it. Every big name luxury brand, every big high volume luxury like BMW, Audi, Mercedes, fucking Volkswagen even to a certain degree, they had to get an EV out. That was the hot new thing that every fucking car manufacturer had to do. We got to do an EV. So BMW, BMW, they're not luxury, they're sports luxury. So we're gonna do a fucking sports luxury EV Roadster and it was dog shit, man. Just first of all, just even as a Hot Wheel, this thing is so fucking stupid looking. Just terrible, terrible front end design. The silhouette is all whack. This looks like it would be an actual Hot Wheels fantasy car. Like, it doesn't look like a real car. You gotta hand it to, you know, say what you want about Tesla. They've got that design language down. They managed to make it look techy and futuristic without making it look like fucking corny. At least I think. But nobody else really knew how to make an EV that didn't look like it was just like from fucking Back to the Future Part 2. Like, it just didn't look good. I guess I appreciate that they made the interior like matte brown. You got the Migos ostrich leather interior. You just got the standard black 10 spugs, blah. I guess the tampos on the back are nice, but I mostly got this just because I fucking hate the i8. It was an all-electric car, no nuts, no range, no resale value. Good luck fucking selling it. Well, go ahead, go on eBay Motors right now. I'm sure there's just thousands of listings for used BMW i8s at above resale. They suck, but that's all right, you know. We all make mistakes. Some people's are just worse than others, I guess. Oh shit, my vape is all covered up by my graveyard of Hot Wheels blisters. I don't even know where my vape went. Oh, I can't find my vape! That's alright. Alright, so I've been opening up mostly basics, you know. I'm a bit of a basic bitch. So we got a little premium. We're gonna dip into the premium sauce. We're gonna show them how to do it with a great premium Hot Wheels program. We got ourselves a little JDM. We got the KP61. That's the Toyota Starlet, and this mad awesome purple, like matte purple livery. It's all wide bodied out, and it is part of let's get it. Part of the car culture line. That's the premium line, you see. Once you step into the big boy territory and you're ready to start collecting them serious Hot Wheels, you move up to the ones that have, it's like Pokemon cards, you know? You got the fucking little basic Pokemon cards, and then you got the full art, sexy, big titty, big milky breast waifu full art cards. That's what these are. So this is part of the car culture series. It's a little cringe, a lot of like fucking like Instagram tier type of modified cars that I hate, but still cool all the same. Got some real high quality detail. We're gonna take a look at this bitch. I'm about to ruin somebody's day by opening this. These are like the hottest Hot Wheels to keep on card, which I've never understood. Like, why are you as a man putting toy cars still in the box on your wall? Like, you gonna start an LLC? You gonna fucking sell those? No, take them out and fucking roll them around on your carpet and make engine noises. Like, live a little. If you're paying like $2 for a toy car, you might as well like have fun with it, you know? Because what's the point, man? What's the point of even living if you don't play with a little toy car and make engine noises? Being real, not even like as a collector. Like, sometimes you just gotta fucking make little vroom vroom noises with your toy car, man. It makes you feel better. But as you can see, this is indeed a premium Hot Wheel. This is some hot shit. We've got a legit Japanese license plate with kanji and shit on it. We've got the painted, not even painted, got the tampographed headlights with the fucking clear reverse lights modeled. Awesome front end. We got the boxy halogen lights. We got the cool old school Toyota font on the grill there. And this color is absolutely insane. It is like a Spectaflame fucking metallic purple. It looks incredible. It's shining awesome. And we've got we've got some licensed product placement. We got Work. They make like aluminum aftermarket wheels, like a Japanese brand. We got Work on the side there. What's it say in the quarter? Equip. That's like a suspension to manufacture. Oh, I didn't even notice. We got like fucking turn signals modeled. Yeah, this is the real deal, man. These are the premium Hot Wheels. They don't fuck around. They got cool detail. We're like wide bodied out here. We got like the wide, very like 2017 Need for Speed Instagram white boy fender flares going on here. And these rims are sweet. I wrote down what they're called. They're called the Mini Classic 4-spoke Real Riders. A Real Rider is called the Real Rider because it has real rubber. And if you like to chew on plastic, this is a great piece of microplastic to chew on right here. Definitely, this is some hot shit. If I kept that on card, I probably could have resold that for like $20, real talk. But oh well, right? Like I said, sometimes in life you just gotta fucking make engine noises with your little toy cars and forget about all the difficulties. Sometimes you just gotta imagine you really are faster than ever, and no one can beat that. You know what I'm saying, man? Sometimes in life, I just want to be faster than ever. I suppose I didn't mention that was a second gen Toyota Starlet. It was like it's a pretty cool little Japanese compact. They didn't sell it in the States until the second gen. Very popular with the California JDM type of gentleman of that persuasion. All right, we're gonna bring it back a little Hot Wheels Fantasyland, little Fantasyland. We're gonna take the hobbits to Isengard in our fantasy car. We've got a rally a special. It's not rally special. It's rally a special. This is pretty cool. This is very clearly inspired by 60s Group B rally cars, specifically the Lancia Stratos, and it's got that cool all-Italia inspired livery. Brand new casting. This was made for the Track Champs collection. Hot Wheels is honestly, Mattel have been on some good shit lately with their fantasy Hot Wheel designs. They got some good shit. Some of them, you know, back in the day, some of them were admittedly kind of lame, but these ones are good, man. This is some good shit. So it's mostly plastic, but it has this really intense, like, metallic green metal die-cast base. And then we've got those awesome aero dish wheels in gold, this shiny gold. Blinker moment. You know, it'd be. So like I said, this was inspired by the Lancia Stratos, one of the most famous Italian rally cars of all time. I guess you could also maybe pretend this is like fucking some John Forrest Castrol oil maybe, but we got 29. This definitely looks like this car has conquered 29 volcanoes. It's definitely equipped for it. We got like LED front-mounted rally lights. The whole thing almost looks like it's some kind of like ridiculous Fast and Furious kit car. This looks like some shit that fucking Vin Diesel's like, Ditch, I need you to take that and build me a monster. And then Ludacris is like, alright, I got you, Dom. And then like there's a little montage, and then 5 minutes later they're driving some fucking ridiculous thing that looks like this on the top of an aircraft carrier or something. But cool detail. We got like exposed engine, got some big old beefy pipes coming out, kind of like a endurance F1 style razor wing. Very high-tech, futuristic shit. Pretty cool fantasy design all around. Like I said, they've been on some good shit lately with their fantasy designs. I approve. Wait, no, what it? What's the fucking Satan thing? I approve. Where am I? Oh shit, we're getting to the end, lads. My notes are running out here. We're getting to the end. I only got a couple left. Alright. Well, you know, if you do it on 4 wheels, boy, you gotta do it on 2. We got ourselves a Honda Super Cub Custom. This thing is awesome, dude. Hot Wheels motorcycles, not common. They don't make a lot of bikes, but when they do, they usually are pretty goddamn litty, and this is no exception. We got a sweet-ass Japanese motorcycle. Let's get it. Of course, brand new casting. Like I said, these things aren't very common. They're usually almost always new castings when they come out. So we've got really cool little, I love the motorcycle wheels. They're called Motorcycle Cafe Racers. They're like little plastic boys. Little plastic boys there. Little plastic guys right there. Very cool. Even got like the little reflective red line. Very Hot Wheels. So you're probably like, what the hell is this thing? This is called a Honda Cub. Honda has been making this motorcycle uninterrupted since 1958, and the design has not changed. This is a brand new 2022 model, And it even still kind of just looks like an old 50s bike. You know, in Japan, you got the big ass, like the Wagon midnight freeways, and then, you know, the city's streets are real narrow. A lot of the villages have real tiny ass roads, so little compact ass motorcycles like this, they're king. I'd always say there's more motorcycles in Japan and Asia in general than there are cars. Just bikes are so convenient there. It's funny you say that because check that out. This bitch is Spider-Man 2 approved. Peter Parker's about to fucking hop on this thing and straight up deliver some pizzas. It's got a delivery basket on the back there made of plastic. It's got a cool little kickstand, and yeah, this is just a 4-stroke, 1-cylinder motorcycle. Probably weighs like nothing. You could blow on it, it would fall over. Just a great, cool little, like a Japanese Vespa almost. You could probably compare it to that. It's like the Japanese version of a Vespa, but cooler, obviously, because it's from Japan. Like, get that fucking, I don't want no Italian ass scooter. Get that shit out of here. All right, bros. I think we only got like 3, maybe 4 left here. We're getting to the end. We're doing pretty good. I'm gonna have a lot of fun. This is we're getting to the end. Yeah, man, they put the little kickstand on it so you can display it. You know, if you're one of those crazy like display guys, you know, you can build like a little Japanese Pizza Hut or something. I don't know. All right. Yeah, bros, we only got like 4 left here, so let's fucking get it. All right. We got a little Sweet 16 action, and no, I'm not talking about a quinceañera. We got Twin Mill 3 fucking Dancestor, Homestuck reference. We got a little descendant of the one of the Sweet 16. We got Twin Mill 3, not a new casting by any stretch of the means. This first came out in 2008. I got this at the Mall of America. Shout out to the Mall of America. I love standing in people's way and being obnoxious. Got this at Mall of America. Got this kooky little short card that you normally only would see like you're like Target at the checkout, you know, where they got all the candy bars. They usually have like a little short card Hot Wheels. And they're called short cards because it's on a short card. Let's get this bitch open here. Like I said, this is the 3rd iteration of Twin Mill. Twin Mill was one of the Sweet 16, one of the original 16 Hot Wheels, first released back in 1968. And it still kind of has that same familiar Twin Mill design. Of course, you've got the 2 engines. That's why it's called Twin Mill. The front end, you still got that like pointy, it's like, you know, you can tell this was a very 2008 car, but it's like referencing something that was made in the late 60s. You know, you can definitely tell. This is a brand new casting. This is from the 2023 Then and Now line. So they've been pumping the fuck out of these Twin Mill 3 castings. They have one now that's called the Twin Mill E, and it's all electric. Oh man, that just gives me heart hurties, man. That's sad. You can't do that to my boy Twin Mill. And we got the cool ass. Are these the 10 spokes? No, these are the what is called 1-hole 5 spokes. Very, very 2008 real. All the best like 08, 09, 2010 Hot Wheels have these open hole 5 spokes. And honestly, I'm digging the like Hot Wheels track orange plastic base. Kind of a cool touch. I could this thing would look sweet going over a fucking loop-de-loop. A loop-de-loop, yeah, a fucking loop-de-loop. Oh shit, we're getting to the end. We're getting to the end here, boys. Well, I was just talking shit on electric cars, so I might as well at least show off an electric car that I kind of sort of like. We got the Tesla Model Y. I'm still on the fence about Teslas, you know. When they first came out, I thought they were sick. And admittedly, they still kind of are, but the more time goes on, the more I'm becoming very decidedly boomer about them, and let's get it. Just kind of irritated. They used to be kind of cool, and now it's just like just every Zoomer's aspirational car. You see them everywhere. Still cool though, but I feel like they're just not as cool as they used to be. I feel like I don't really have to tell you what a Tesla is either, even if you're not a car person. I'm pretty sure you've seen one of these things. These crazy fucking iPod looking cars. They got no grill because it got no engine. It's all electric, baby. It's got like 50 like lithium-ion batteries in it. Got it. This one probably has like a big ass range. This is the Model Y. This is the compact version of the Model X. The Model X is like the crazy Jaden Smith one that has the butterfly doors that go up. Kind of cool. This one also has the butterfly doors, and then it's got the fucking copper red like solar panel. If you guys ever see a Tesla in real life, look at the roof. It'll probably be reflecting like a weird copper red color. That's because old Elon put a bunch of crazy like solar recharging halo reach energy cells in the roof that like recharges the battery when you leave it in a hot parking lot. It's kind of cool. So we've got the open roof. You've got that high quality luxury interior, and I do appreciate that they did bottle the ridiculous iPad that every Tesla has on its dashboard. You can't really see it, but they have a insane infotainment. It's like enormous. You can play Stardew Valley on it. It's pretty great. We've got pretty cool tampographed taillights. It says dual motor Model Y on the back, which means this is indeed the dual motor. So it probably hauls ass, honestly, but at a certain point, it's like, well, who cares? It can go fast, but can it do anything else cool? I don't know. I like the tampographed headlights. Very cool. Like I said, I'm a little wishy-washy. I still think Teslas are kind of cool, but I don't know. They're falling out of favor a little bit for me. What can you do? All right, bros. We're down to the last three. So let's hit it back at you with a little Fantasyland action. We got a little Solero GT. This looks like some Burnout Paradise shit. This is a brand new fantasy casting. They are pretty fast. I've only ridden in a Model 3. They're dope as fuck. Like, just that instant torque is crazy, man. You put your foot down and it just goes. And Elon's he's a very funny man. He thinks he's very funny, so they call their drive modes dumb shit like ludicrous mode and like super ludicrous mode, and there's like all kinds of dumb like geeky shit like that in it, which that's like the kind of stuff I don't like. Like I appreciate that it's like a really cool, well made, well put together, fast electric car, but just miss me with that Redditor nerd humor, man. Like we're not in the Bazinga age anymore. We don't have a place in society for cars that will make fart sounds when you put the turn signal on. I'm sorry, but we as a society have moved past the need for quirky nerd humor and a like $70,000 high volume luxury EV. Just saying. That's just me though. Oh fuck, I drank my Modelo all wrong. Yeah, all the goofy shit. Yeah, Ludwig, I feel you, man. That it's just cringe. Like it's such Bazinga core shit. And it just feels so weird because everything else in the car is pretty well made for the most part. And then your car's like, ooh, Neil Tyson Degrassi. I don't know, man. Anyway, we got the Solero GT. This thing's actually pretty dope. So this isn't a real car, but it sure as hell looks like one. It might as well be. This is just sort of Mattel's take on I guess like a generic 2022, 2023 style dickhead toy supercar. You know, the type of car. Again, I said this at the beginning. Like, this isn't, like, cars like this that, like, the McLaren P1 or, like, whatever the latest ridiculous Lamborghini is. Like, guys like, millionaires like Elon Musk, they don't buy that. Like, the guys who have the money that can afford this are just, like, the most insufferable people you could possibly imagine. And I guess that's fitting, because these cars are kind of insufferable. Like, as a gentleman who likes cars, I find these ridiculous Need for Speed tier hypercars to just be dumb and unnecessary. But I do like this design. You've got it says Solero GT on it. That's what it's supposed to be called. We've got this wheel design is specifically called the Exotic 10-spoke, and it does indeed look pretty exotic, giving me some like Conan Seg type of shit. Just kind of almost like some kind of just generic McLaren shit. Like the sides are like channeled for air, and big ridiculous spoiler that I'm sure probably like is active and moves up and down when you go over 1,000 miles per hour, and no tampographed headlights, but they kind of just made like the headlights molded plastic, so I guess that's kind of cool. Not a terrible design, like I said, very like Burnout Paradise core, so not terrible, but step up your game, Mattel. Like, you can do better than just making a car that looks like a a ChatGPT generated McLaren P1 or a McLaren. It looks like one of those AI picture generators made like a McLaren Senna. And you just get like a generic supercar. That's what they did on that one. All right. We're on the last one, fellas. And we saved one for last, anyways. We got the official NHRA Ford Mustang funny car, and is indeed a very funny looking car. Not a new casting. This one was first made in 2004, if you can believe that, although it literally is the fucking 2004 Mustang, so I guess that is a little believable. A very old casting. Hasn't made its rounds very much. You know, a couple 5-packs every now and then. If they do a drag strip collection, they'll throw in the Mustang funny car. But I love shit like this, man. You know, when Hot Wheels makes the kind of obscure, much more like American, or I like it when they throw a curveball for the Euros. Like Euros do this shit on the pegs. They're like, what the fuck is this thing? We don't have that in Switzerland. But as you can see, this is a sweet ass funny car. It's about as far removed from a Mustang as you can get. It's not really a Mustang. It's really just like a Kevlar, like a little thin ass like Kevlar heat resistant body that goes over it like lifts up over a steel frame, and you can kind of see on the bottom how it's like literally just like a little skinny ass frame with a big wide fiberglass Kevlar body, and I almost feel like this should lift up, you know, like how it does in real life, but I don't think it does. I got gypped there. You can kind of see how it would lift up, like the whole body lifts up, and then you've just got the skinny little chassis. But I digress. I kind of dig the like Evangelion core, like purple, green, yellow tinted glass, even though that would never happen in real life. And you got the big, huge ass blower supercharger coming out through the hood there. And not sure how I feel about the livery. Kind of dumb. It just says slick with some stars on it. That's kind of dumb. They should have brought that one back to the drawing board. Should have maybe put a pin in that one. And I do like how it has the official NHRA logo. That's kind of cool. I don't think they're doing too good either. Like I don't think very many young people are paying top dollar to go see the NHRA drag races these days. But what do I know? So I know I said this was the last one, but guess what? I lied, motherfuckers. I got one more. I got something real kooky for you. We got a mystery pack. It's Max Mofo's Mystery Hot Wheel Collection. We got a Series 2 mystery model, and I can't tell you anything about it because I don't know what it is. These things are kind of cool. This is definitely, I feel like, probably the most, the Fortnite tier shit Hot Wheels does. Definitely aimed towards those little kids always looking for that next dopamine rush from their V-Bucks purchase. So, you know, you got that little blind bag action in here, and I think it comes with a sticker, which is pretty ballin'. It indeed does. And if that shit does not glow in the dark, I am fucking taking them to court, because that is the most glow in the dark looking Hot Wheels. Some spooky Dragula that better glow in the dark. Probably doesn't, and I'm gonna sue. I will sue. They will be hearing from my several sexy himbo lawyers, but cool sticker all the same. Let's see what beast we got inside here. Oh shit, this is actually cool as fuck. It does. It glows in the dark, y'all. I have no idea what this casting is. It looks like a spider. It's a glow in the dark spider, which is dope as fuck. What's the casting say? It's called the Speed Spider, y'all. They were smoking that wetty and they called it the Speed Spider. This is sick. It's glow-in-the-dark plastic. We've got the white exotic 10, these aren't the exotic 10 spokes, but these are like cool-ass 10 spokes that are modeled in white plastic, which no doubt probably cost them an extra penny at the factory in Malaysia where these are made. This is so fucking cool. The green accent, the green accents are awesome. We've got like a crazy engine in the back. I don't know if it glows in the dark, to be honest with you, but it is like that weird, like off-white looking type of color that I would expect to glow. So sweet. I feel like that's a great way to end this stream off. I love when Hot Wheels does like kooky goth shit. That's the best type of Hot Wheels. So Speed Spider Definitely getting a 10 out of 10 for me, getting a 5 out of 5, getting two buckets of popcorn out of 5. Great car. This has been a lot of fun, y'all. I've had a lot of fun opening up my backlog of Hot Wheels. I have a huge mess to clean up. I have trash everywhere. I have trash in my brain, mostly. And a lot of tobacco and weed ash in my brain. And but thanks for watching, you know. I like doing this. It's a lot of fun. I like talking about shit that I like and getting mildly inebriated off some dope-ass Modelo. You know, thanks for tuning in. And before I go, I'll give you a little blinker action here. Alright, y'all. Stay lit. You know I love you. I appreciate everyone tuning in. Stay safe. Be good, or be good at it.